Have you ever felt like you want to play video games? Have you ever felt like you want to relapse? Have you ever got this feeling of, oh yeah, I miss the olden days? Have you ever even think about your childhood and how video games were so much fun since you were younger, since like back in the old, Minecraft days, back in like the old Xbox 360 era and the PS4 era and before Fortnite even existed? Have you even missed the time when it was like 2010 when video games just became the pinnacle, it became like the whole anchor? Well, I've been there before. And the funny part, I was recently just thinking about something cool that oh yeah, I kind of want to go back and play video games, right? So I remember before recently there was like a new expansion in Destiny 2 and I was thinking of like coming back into the game, right? But I realized how much energy it would take from me when it comes to running my business. I was thinking about the addictions I had 3 years ago where I'd even shower once a week and sleep during class. And it's hard to think about it, but I remember yesterday I was just thinking about coming back and play video games because, oh yeah, there's new content. Oh yeah, there's a new expansion coming out. But with mostly because the raid launch and the new expansion that's coming out, I actually made a promise to myself, a big promise that about the life that I kind of want, and it was the life that I kind of wanted when I was 16. And I remember during that time, I even had this thing, and I actually want to fulfill it, which is the reason why I'm not sure if I ever want to come back. I don't know if I ever want to come back and play, right? And I've always wanted to live a life, the beautiful life, and I've always that I've just always painted since I was just like daydreaming during class, since I was just literally just out of nowhere, right? Everything that I can imagine in my vision board, like it's just I want everything that's in, right? And I can show it to you exactly at some point in time. Maybe another video will probably talk about this, but the truth is it's not easy and it's always meant to be tough, And even though the feeling of wanting it so badly really does forces us, or really forces me to prevent the sensation, whether the addiction. But here's the kicker, right? I haven't touched a video game for almost a year, and I've been, let's say, sober for 11 months straight. So I've been on this massive detox from playing video games for the past 11 months. So right now, by the time I'm recording this, it is May, and it's been almost a year that, I took a detox from it, right? And I no longer have to play thousands of hours like I did. I feel fully locked in as before. And all I'm thinking about right now is just life, making money, and just building a business. But there's one common excuse that I often make, and sometimes I bullshit myself every time. But I'm just like, will this game ever benefit my life? Because you hear all these guys, you hear all these, scientists and doctors where they talk about these proven studies that, oh yeah, video games are good for you. Video games are good for your health. Video games are beneficial for you. Helps you with your in cognitive function. Oh yeah, if I play Call of Duty, it's going to help you with, how to shoot guns in the army. Like you hear these people make these common excuses, right? And perhaps, I mean, sure, when I used to play hours on end playing raids and those MMORPG games, right? Like it really did help me with memory and it really helped me with teamwork, right? But since I was a veteran player in the game, clearing 3-day 1 raids, becoming good at the game, and having to understand the game, and knowing how the mechanics work, right? It really helped me to think logically in different scenarios in addition to problem solving. But I realized one thing that made me step away from gaming, and I could just simply imagine myself 10, 20 years later watching others in real life succeed. So I'm just like, watching all my friends, all the guys that I know in real life, living the life that they thought possible. Like, just think about it. Imagine you go on Instagram and you watch all these people from your school, or all these familiar faces you talk to in real life, whether it's your family, your friends, and they're living the best life as they can. And you're just out here fucking sitting in a room where your room smells like fucking cum, and you realize just how fucking miserable you are. And you begin to just realize how you hate yourself so much when you step into the real world, and when you surround yourself with people, and when you begin to go outside and watch people, you begin to realize just how depressing it is. It's just you being alone, and you being in your, like, just you, stinking like hell, and not ever wondering just like what the hell is happening in my life. Now I'm falling behind. I've been staying at home for such a long time, playing hours on end, playing hours on end, playing whatever game I'm playing, whether it's an MMORPG game, or if it's like League of Legends or World of Warcraft, and you begin to realize just how fucking miserable you are when you just step out into the real world and you realize that there's so many guys that are fucking destroying you, right? And you begin to realize, how daunting it is. And it really hits me hard because every time I hop on Discord calls a long time ago, like if you think about like 3 years ago, I used to hop on Discord calls, and yet I would actually go on these raids, on these LFGs with like a bunch of these 30-year-old dads that are like just fat, and they just go about their day, right? And they rush home from the 9 to 5 and they just get hyped up to play. You see most of these guys who are in their 30s are playing video games, and I'm just like, shit, I don't want to live that kind of life. That's not going to be my life, right? And imagine just like some guy trying to have kids, and like, yeah, like you're playing video games. Like it's just embarrassing. Like it's just embarrassing and it's terrifying. Like you begin to just realize that that's the reason why I don't want to play. That's the reason why I stopped playing video games, because I can imagine 10, 20 years later, if I were to still keep playing, I know I'm going to be living a miserable life. I know I'm going to fucking hate my life in the next 10, 20 years, and I'm going to live a life full of regret. Just like 5 years ago when the pandemic happened, like I used to play so many hours on Roblox, just trolling, hopping on dating servers and all these things. And it made my life so much miserable compared to 5 years later as of now. Even though like I'm building right now, I'm building in public, I'm documenting my journey, but like I realize how much I am right now than how I am 5 years later, and how I am right now is by far a lot more better than how it is 5 years later, because I've changed a lot more and I've developed enough, and I'm actually incorporating different kind of habits. Sure, there's some habits I'm trying to fight right now, but I realize that it has put a negative impact in my social life, in relationships, talking to people, talking to friends, being outside. Like I've always struggled with my social life. I've always been an introvert. Back then as kids, like of course we can talk about video games, we can talk about these things, but like if you're old, if you're in your 20s, like bro, grow the fuck up, dude. Like who here plays video games in their 20s, bro? Like who like in that age plays video games, bro? Like you're an absolute fucking loser. Like if you want to play with your friends, if you want to go out like on a play date or like something like that, then fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you want to be an esports player, okay, fine, fair enough. But it's just something's off. And that's the reason why I've always felt so insecure in my life. You know, imagine you get asked about how your day has been or how's life going for you. And you begin to realize just that, oh, I did nothing. I was just out where, my friend, right? Yeah, it's crazy because I haven't touched it for 11 months. And yet I have to realize this today, but there's sometimes I feel like I want to relapse, I want to come back, I want to go play. And I never really wanted to come back. And you know why? Because I got rid of my PC. I literally locked it in my closet, and I haven't touched it for about like 9 months straight, because I did use it 2 months later, because I was thinking of like, oh yeah, I kind of want to use both devices just for like productivity, just to be productive. But I realized just how much of a distraction it is, because I have to set up app blockers and this and that. But I hid it in my closet and disconnected everything, and I no longer have access to it. Right. And I went all in on just one thing. Right. So what I kind of did on my PC, I literally went on a hard reboot and removed all the files. Also, I no longer have to get addicted, right? And I knew how much of an impact it's had on me, right? I realized how much it destroyed my social life, making me an insecure incel. And after hearing all the rumors of like, oh yeah, Marvel Rivals is out, oh yeah, Elder Scrolls 4 Remastered is out, oh yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is out, like I do feel like I want to come back. Even though there's oftentimes I do feel like I want to come back. And listen, you can have your own time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but when you're in the season where you want to get your shit together, dude, you gotta stop playing, okay? But here's the thing, I just can't. I just can't come back, right? And yeah, I have some gamer friends that I usually vibe with, and I don't want to like ditch them or hate on them. I don't like to shit on them because they've very brought a positive impact in my life. Most of these gamer friends I used to be hanging out with on Discord, I don't like to shit on them, but like they've done a positive impact on me. And I still sometimes talk to these people, so I don't want to like throw a lot more shame on them. So if you're watching this, just take what I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, but here's the thing, like it's done me more harm than good, and it made me miss out a lot more in my life. I never even went to prom, never even went to any sort of like events in school or any sort of thing like that, which is kind of funny. But I've struggled to live a social life. You know, no wonder why I've always been single. When I see so many of my gamer friends talk about, oh yeah, I'm with this person, I'm with that person. But yeah, that's a different story. But here's the thing, like I've used it as just coping mechanism, one that is as a way to escape reality from the rejections and pain that I've always faced, whether it's in school, whether it's from friendships, whether it's trying to fit in, etc., right? And now I have to embrace the pain for the greater good. No more escaping reality, no more horsing around, because remember, like you got one life to live, right? And you're sent here for a purpose, and even here for the greater good, right? So you can't just be living in a different reality, and you can't really escape, because now you need to enjoy the fruits of this gift that God has given us. You have to use it to your own advantage. And as of now, I don't want you to waste it, because I know for a fact that you have a second chance. So that's all I really want to talk about for today's video. That was just something that I've been spending most of my time with, just writing about most of the time. But yeah, so that's actually it for the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button, subscribe if you want to see early access, if you want to see some cool stuff. Feel free to join my newsletter, will be in the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.